Well, hey guys, thanks for joining me. It's been a minute since I made a video in the truck because I've been home a lot, but I am starting to get out and about a lot more these days. Now, today I want to talk about tariffs. Now, I'm no expert, but I like to think I do have a little bit of common sense and maybe even some problem-solving skills. So here's my take on it. And of course, you all can leave your comments in the comment section. But I just like to have my say. Okay, I like to have my say.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day.
Tariffs. I'm sure most people know how they are, how they work. If Company A in China sells toasters for $10 and they sell them to Company B, let's say Sears, because Sears is gone and they can't sue me, and they sell them to Sears, and there's let's say a 10% tariff, so there's $1 tax on it that Sears has to pay, and plus Sears is going to probably add another $2 to it so they can make a profit. So now a $10 toaster is going to cost $13. Okay, which, you don't buy toasters that often, so maybe that's not bad. But if you're buying big ticket items and there's a 10% tariff, well, that can very easily, add up after a minute. Or let's say your company B, let's say Kmart, because they're gone too and can't sue me, and you make toasters, but you need some of the parts from China. So now you have to say buy a knob. And let's say the knob is going to cost $1. So now, when you buy those knobs from China, now you have to pay a 10-cent tariff. Okay, so you add that, you just pass that 10 cents on to the consumer, plus the $2 you were going to pass on anyway, so you can, make a profit. But the problem is, all the money that comes from tariffs, the only people who really win, because we lose no matter what. No matter what, we're going to lose. Whatever tariff is applied to items that come from overseas, it's going to get passed on to us. The only people who win really is the government, because the government gets to keep all of that tariff money as taxes. So that's an ingenious way to shore up the government's coffers. That's how I see it. And I know the whole point is to encourage us as Americans to buy things that are made here, which will incur no tariffs. But the problem is we don't make shit, And do you know why we don't make stuff? It's because we can't afford to make stuff. Most of us, when we have a job, we expect to make a livable wage. Okay, so, nobody wants to work for under $20, $25 an hour. We also expect to get our health insurance subsidized to us from our employer. And case in fact, when I was a small business owner, my health insurance cost almost $500 a month. And that was just for the health insurance for myself and my daughter. At Amazon, my health insurance cost me less than $120 a month. And that includes my regular health insurance, not to mention vision, mental health, short-term, long-term disability, accident insurance, and life insurance, and dental for less than $120 a month. This is what we all expect. We also expect our employers to give us vacation time that's paid, personal time that's paid, sick leave that's either paid or unpaid, depends on the company, and a 401k that they in some kind of way contribute to. Well, that's a lot. I mean, by the time you pay all that shit, whatever you sell you're gonna have to put a hefty price on it. Whereas, like Target, Target gets its clothes from Bangladesh. You know how much they charge in Bangladesh? Those people make right about 90 cents an hour, which is why Target can buy their clothes there and then sell them to us at what we might consider a reasonable price. Now, if Target had to get their clothes from an American-made factory, the $20 shirt you picked up last week is going to cost you $200. Because American overhead is so expensive, because we as employees refuse to work for 90 cents an hour. And that is the whole point. We are never going to get manufacturing back. And if somebody, by the grace of God, says, okay, I'll come back, but I have some some things we need to talk about. The first thing I would negotiate is no union. The second thing I would negotiate is I need to be subsidized, because there is no way in heck I'm going to be able to turn a profit with all the output I have to output in order to keep employees. You see my point here? I know what the premise is, but it's not going to work. So at this point, I'm on my way to Walmart, because I realize unless we can find some employees who are willing to work for 90 cents an hour so we can start making shit here again, I better buy whatever it is I think I might need now, big ticket items, because once the tariffs come, it's going to cost more. So that's my video for today. For those of you who like to write paragraphs, if I have misconstrued this in any way, please let me know. But just from a common sense point of view, this is kind of how I see this. Take care, stay blessed. See you in the next video. Bye.